get into a disclaimer real quick. I am not a prophet of any sort. I do not consult with spirits other than the Holy Spirit, and I'm not a fortune teller, okay? So just to put that out there are a lot of people who are going around with these prophetic words, deceiving people. You know who you are, shame on you. And I'm not that person. So I just want to say that it's not that I'm here to give you a prophetic word or anything like that. Unless the Lord gives me that information to give out, you're not going to hear that from me. So if that's what you came here for, this is not the channel for you. But I'm here to enlighten you based on my own personal experience, the experience of others, on what to expect in this season, especially if you're waiting on God for marriage. He told you this person is who you're going to marry, and it seems like all hell has literally broken loose. Whether they've run off with a counterfeit, whether they are blocking you, ghosting you, whether they're ignoring you or acting like you're not their type, or whatever the case is, I'm here to help you through that process. And so I just wanted to put that out there so none of you guys think that, I'm not a fortune teller of any sort. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, so what does it even mean to be a God-ordained standing spouse, and how do you know that you are a God-ordained standing spouse? Well, number one, God has revealed to you the promise in some aspect of marriage, and he's also revealed to you who your person is. Maybe that person doesn't know yet, or at some point they didn't know and now they know. Whatever the situation is, he told you, right? And he told you for a reason. Number one reason is because he knew that you would believe. And we don't understand how powerful that is when God chooses you for something. We see this happen all the time when we see in both Genesis and Exodus how God chose Moses over Aaron, right, to fulfill the promise of rescuing his people and bringing them to the promised land, right? Why didn't he choose Aaron, right? Someone who was a lot more affluent in speaking, who was the popular person. Why didn't he choose a person like that? Why did he choose Moses, the humble guy who, stuttered a lot, who was slow to speech and all these other things? Why? Because he knew Moses would believe. So when you think about your own personal journey, your own personal life, think about your own relationship with God. Has there been experiences where you had to show unprecedented amount of belief in a certain situation constantly, time after time? And so by doing that, God was strengthening your faith. And so this is why, and part of the reason why, especially for me, why I believe that God would have told you about this promise, because of previous experience with the Lord and him being able to trust you, knowing you would believe him. So number two reason why God may have told you or chosen you to be the standing spouse is because he knows that you would get with the program a lot faster than your spouse. So when we look at a prodigal spouse, which we'll get into in another video, it can be a really tumultuous situation, right? Where they're running away from the destiny that God has. So you now, being the believing spouse, going through all of this faith and wilderness season, and God testing your faith here, and trying situations happen here, and it was building you up within God to the point where you have now surrendered yourself over to whatever God has for you. God honors that. And because he knew that you would be a lot more willing to get in line with the destiny that he has for you, he chose you, right? He chose you. He knew that you would be spiritually mature enough to handle it. And he knew that you would do what it takes to help stand in the gap for your prodigal. So congratulations. It is a blessing and it is an honor to be a standing spouse. So don't let anyone try to confuse you or make you feel bad or make you feel like you're stupid or why are you doing that, because God ultimately knows that you would be the very person to help issue in your spouse. So Yeah, don't look at it as anything bad. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Okay, so last but not least, God has you in early preparation for the mission and the destiny that He has for you and your spouse to fulfill. So I remember when God first gave me the mission of what I would be doing, and He never said, oh, this is what you're going to be doing with your spouse. He gave me an independent mission to me first, after He gave me the promise of marriage, to let me know of what I would be doing in His kingdom. Now, I didn't know physically what that would look like, but I knew that it would involve me helping to bring in souls for God's kingdom. So then I heard my spouse say it. He said, or I should say my future spouse, he said what mission God had given him. And I was like, wow, it matched perfectly. It matched my mission. So it made so much sense. Part of the reason why God had me with this person, right? So God told you, number one, because He could trust you, because He knew you would believe, right? He's also telling you this because He wants you to start preparing for the destiny that He has. So it doesn't mean that you're better than your spouse. It doesn't mean that you're more deserving. No, God just knows, based on your personality, based on the faith that He's had you cultivate over the years with Him, and based on your willingness to get in line with what He has for you. This is why He chose you. This is why He has you preparing. This is why He has you standing when it seems impossible, when it's not making any sense, right? So don't feel any type of way. Look at it as a badge of honor, and move forward with what He has you to do. Okay, so that wraps up this video for today. Let me know down in the comments. Are you a standing spouse? When did God reveal to you your promise for marriage? I would love to see what you guys have to say, and it will also encourage other people who are either just joining or who have been standing for a while and want to give up. Listen, we are God's chosen people. I know people say that all the time, but you have to start walking in that destiny, walking in that calling, knowing that God has chosen you to do a magnificent work that maybe you're not fully aware of now, but that will bring glory and honor to His name later. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.